Thousands chanted it in the rain. Back at Etel Haxhiaj, put the mantra in the cool air from the podium behind City Hall. Took a life of its own, electric, riding that live wire. Haxhiaj continued.
And I have hope that there are way more those of us who act with love and courage than those whose starting point is hate, division, and bigotry. Thank you. Stay in the fight.
She was screaming more passion in her voice than I'd ever heard. The cheers were deafening. Next to speak was State Senator Robin Kennedy. Same as Haxhiaj. I never heard her throw her voice like that, reach that register. She was hoarse by the time she said,
"Because I am so proud to be from a state that continues to march forward, that continues to stand up for progress for our people, that continues to fight for our LGBTQIA and family members, who continues to fight for our immigrants, who make our country great, who continues to fight for the disabled, for our children, for our elders." And let me be crystal clear, Massachusetts is not backing down. We are going to continue to show up, continue to fight the fight.
Then to Christian King with the same energy.
The bell is rung. The bell is rung in Washington, D.C. We are under attack by executive order. Our very beings, our democracy, our family values, and yes, our very lives. And we will show up. Will you answer the bell? Will you answer the bell?
The hands-off rally behind City Hall Saturday afternoon was attended by thousands. One of the largest demonstrations I've seen in Worcester. It was one of hundreds of simultaneous hands-off rallies across the country, marked by ponchos, umbrellas, soggy signs. The speakers who were ready to harness the energy in that crowd found the rain no inhibitor. Chief among them was Congressman Jim McGovern.
Are we going to let them attack immigrants, illegally deport people, kidnapping people off the street like this is some dystopian dictatorship? You bet your ass we won't.
He spoke for a fiery 10 minutes, and the crowd was loving it.
We're going to fight because we know this is not normal. We know this is bullshit. And all I can say is this: if Trump wants a fight, he's got one right here, right now. We'll give him a goddamn fight.
Of course, not every speaker met the moment. A notable dud was Sean Rose, former and possibly future city councilor. His speech was, well, empty. Like so.
Let's not get lost in the weeds of what comes next. Let's continue to lock arms. Let's continue to draw lines, because while we're debating, they're dismantling. While we hesitate, they hijack. And this fight, it's not just about parties, it's about people.
Thank God we're locking arms and drawing lines. Because I just hate if we had to go get lost in the weeds of what comes next.
Let's not get lost in the weeds of what comes next.
Reminds me of what Jonathan Cohn had to say about the statewide Democratic leadership recently. I read this in Saturday's Master List. Jonathan Cohn, policy director of Progressive Massachusetts, questioned why it took Senate Democrats until 10 weeks into Trump's term to announce they would consider unspecified action at an unspecified later date. Somehow, the Senate's announced response is more comical and more underwhelming than creating a new committee. They held a press conference to let the public know that an existing committee is going to do the work that it should have already been doing, he said.
Let's continue to lock arms. Let's continue to draw lines.
McGovern, King, Kennedy, Haxhiaj, they showed us what a response would look like if progressives were in control of the party. Rose showed us what it is currently.
Because they have money, but we have something deeper. People, purpose, and each other.
McGovern pointed to this problem directly in his speech.
Now look, I want to start off by saying that Democrats need to do a hell of a lot better. I know this and you know this.
Rose said there's no progressive and no moderate side.
There's no progressive or moderate side today. There's only team democracy versus team chaos.
But his speech made the opposite glaringly obvious. What use are you, as a politician in this moment, if you're content to issue empty platitudes like that? Content to wine and dine with Candy Merrill Carlson. Candy posted a picture of her and Sean on Instagram Candy Merrill Carlson is, of course, the noted transphobe of City Hall. The one who repeatedly called non-binary counselor Tu Nguyen it multiple times and has gotten away with it completely, has not apologized.
There's only team democracy versus team chaos.
No thanks, man. Hard pass. Stay home next time. Anyway, the rally on the whole was a salve for a spiritual malaise of late that I know I'm not alone in feeling. Sometimes to see the people you would most admire in this political backwater get up and scream their heads off, to be reminded that you do have faith and you do have hope. You're soaked through, but you no longer feel that certain chill in the air.
And look what's happened in Wisconsin. Elon tried to buy a Supreme Court seat, and the people there told him to shove it. And in cities and towns all across the country, in the reddest of red counties, people are showing up and telling House Republicans they can either break up with MAGA or they can lose their job. The tide can turn, but we have to capture this moment and run with it. We need to organize. We need to speak up. We need to show up. We need to fight back. We are going to speak out when they try to normalize corruption and cruelty. We will call it for what it is. And we will fight against attacks against women. And we will fight against attacks against the LGBTQI plus community. We are going to reject their bigotry and we are going to reject their hate. We still believe in human rights and civil rights. We don't want to arm the world. We want to feed the world.